Now that the Lakers have been eliminated from the NBA playoffs by the Denver Nuggets yet again, it's time to evaluate this team and ask ourselves, where do they go from here? The Lakers finished the 2023-2024 NBA season with a 47-35 record. This landed them the 7th seed in the loaded Western Conference. The Lakers started the season very inconsistent, but picked it up the second half of the season, going a very solid 17-9 post-All-Star break. The Lakers got it together and forced their way to the play-in, beating the Pelicans. This set them up for the first round, a rematch of last year's conference finals between them and the Denver Nuggets. The Lakers lost the series 4-1, but played very competitive games and had some really close games. Two of these games came to game winners, buzzer beaters, by no other than Jamal Murray. The kryptonite and the worst thing about this team showed all season and very much in the playoffs, which was their consistency, the lack of consistency for the Lakers. The team is very inconsistent. Some nights the Lakers would look like the best team in the league and that no one could stop them, but other nights they could look like the worst and they could easily be stopped and figured out. This team had very high points during the season, such as winning the in-season tournament in a very dominant fashion, showing the support that cast that they can play without LeBron and AD in some games, like versus the Celtics on February 1st, but also on two separate occasions going on 4-game losing streaks. But I would say the Lakers finished the second half of the season very good. They were the number one clutch team in games. They were 23-9 in clutch games and had a 71 win percentage in these games. And the clutch games means that if they were in a game and it was within 5 points with 5 minutes less in the game, they were 23-9 in those games, which is a very good record. So you can see that the team had a lot of high and low points. They just needed consistency and accountability, like to the core, and everyone took responsibility, which they did not do. And how do they get out of this and build a good team for next year? I think this starts with who the Lakers decide to bring back this year. For their free agents, they have LeBron, D'Angelo Russell, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish, and Spencer Dinwiddie and Taurean Prince. Out of all those players, everyone but Dinwiddie and Taurean Prince are on player options. As expected, Christian Wood has already picked up his player option and will be on the team next year, leaving LeBron, D'Angelo, Jackson Hayes, and Cam Reddish all still with their player option. Now, I do think that Reddish will accept his player option, but I do think that Hayes will move on from the Lakers due to his not big of a role in the rotation, especially with Wood coming back. He's probably going to be the third string center now, with Wood still in his minutes. So I expect Hayes to leave. But with that being said, I think Spencer Dinwiddie and Taurean Prince, they are both unrestricted free agents. I expect the Lakers to try to get Taurean back. He had some up and down points in the season, but he was there all the games, and he showed that he could be a promising 3-and-D player for the Lakers, so I could see them trying to get him back. Spencer Dinwiddie, on the other hand, he did play very well with the second half stint with the Lakers, especially on the defensive end. His offense really never came when he was on the Lakers, and he wasn't really shooting a lot of shots and wasn't really that efficient, but I do think they're going to let him move on, and I could see him getting more money from another team, but he did play very well with the Lakers, but I think they will move on from him. But, of course, the top of the Lakers list going into this offseason will be monitoring LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, and having to find a new coach from the recent firing of Darvin Ham. Starting with LeBron. I think LeBron turns down his player option and decides to sign his last big NBA contract. I think this contract should be either a max 3-year deal with the Lakers or a 4-year max deal with a player option on the 4th year. LeBron still has a lot to give to the game, and I believe there's no way that he leaves the Lakers this offseason. Now with D'Angelo Russell. Everybody is all out to get him out of LA after his inconsistent play in the playoffs. But I really do not understand this. He is not the only problem that the Lakers had in the Nuggets series. D'Lo was the main reason that why the Lakers even made it to the playoffs in the first place. D'Angelo averaged 18 points, 6 assists, and shot 42% from the three-point line as the third option on the Lakers. I fully expect D'Lo to back out of his contract and try to get a way bigger deal, rather than with the Lakers or with another team. I expect D'Lo to ask for $24 to $27 million a year. This is obviously a step up from what he's making now in the $17 to $18 million range, but I believe with his play this year, he deserves to get that extra 5 to 10 million range upgrade. I expect him to ask for a $108 million 4-year deal. I believe that the Lakers will would be interested in giving this to him if the fourth year was a team option. So we'd have him for 3 years, and the fourth year would be the team option. I think that D'Angelo is a very, very solid third option and very good point guard in the league. And if I was the Lakers, I would give this to him. Now, maybe the most important decision going into this offseason for the Lakers is who will be the next head coach. Now, I do not believe that Darvin Ham was the best coach or even a great option for the Lakers, but he is not the only person that should be held accountable or responsible for the last 2 years of the lack of postseason success other than the conference finals run the year before that the Lakers struggled with the past 2 years. But the moment that he starts criticizing his own players publicly, I think that it becomes a problem. Also, I don't know why it took so long for the starting lineup of D'Angelo, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron, and Anthony Davis to become a thing. This lineup went 18-6 in the regular season, and it's sad that Darvin waited so long to get to this lineup. What everyone knew should have been the original starting five all along, instead of having a limited role for Rui and at times having D'Lo and Reeves off the bench. With the recent reports, it shows that the Lakers are interested in 3 head coaches: longtime assistant and former NBA player Sam Cassell, former head coach James Borrego, and former player and analyst JJ Redick. Starting off with Sam Cassell. Sam was a 15-year career which he played in the NBA that rewarded him with 3 championships as a player, followed by an ongoing 15-year assistant coaching career jobs. Sam is currently the assistant coach for the championship favorite Boston Celtics, but has also been with the Philadelphia 76ers and has been with the Clippers, where he was with Tyronn Lue and Doc Rivers. And his first job in 2009 was being with the Wizards. Cassell has been a veteran coach for years now, but still has never got the opportunity to be a head coach. He definitely has the experience it takes to coach a team like the Lakers as a head coach, and he definitely has high basketball IQ with all the years he played in the NBA as a point guard. And I like that the Lakers have given him this opportunity and that are targeting him and are giving him an interview. Next is James Borrego. Borrego has been an assistant and a head coach in the NBA. Borrego has 10 years of assistant coaching experience and 4 years of head coaching experience under his belt. Borrego has been an assistant for the New Orleans Hornets, Orlando Magic, San Antonio Spurs, and currently is an assistant with the Pelicans. He had a lone 1-year season of 30 games in the 2014-2015 season as a head coach of the Orlando Magic and coached the Hornets as a head coach from 2019 to 2022. And like Cassell, Borrego has a lot of experience, and if that's what the Lakers end up wanting, then he could definitely be a solid choice. He is a player's coach and an offensive-minded coach. JJ is very intriguing. Obviously, he had a great college and NBA career and has started out a great broadcasting career and podcasting career now. JJ is a very smart, intelligent, and high IQ player when he played. And with his recent great relationship and partnership with LeBron James, I could see him being a great option for LA. A lot of people say no to this, though, because where he's never coached professionally and he's only coached his kids' team and where he is a broadcaster now. But let's not forget that the Lakers did the same thing with Pat Riley, and this is how people looked at it then too. And we see how that worked out for them. Also, this is how legendary coach Steve Kerr got his career started. So I don't think that since he's never coached professionally before that should be a reason not to even consider him, especially when like literally that's every coach starts out somewhere. And I feel like NBA is a lot different now with coaching now, where like a lot of it is starting to become former players, and the players want more of a player's coach that they can relate to. And I feel like JJ seems like that kind of guy. You know, he's a good age, like he's not too old, and like he definitely would like relate to the players very well, and he can also bring something else to the team that they haven't had, where it's just like a coach that's going to be there for several years, and they need to start fresh and quit firing the coaches after 1 or 2 bad seasons. And they can build off this and get a future coach, JJ, who could stick with the team, stick with them when LeBron's gone, and really build off with AD and Reeves and all the young players that the Lakers will bring in the future. This isn't the only talks that have happened recently with JJ becoming head coach. He was also interviewed for the Charlotte Hornets job, which was vacant after the season, which they ended up going with Charles Lee. But he definitely, I think, deserves a chance, and these interviews are only going to be good for him and just get with these teams, because If it's not this year, maybe next year, or be an assistant this year, a head coach next couple seasons. It's definitely going to be good for JJ, and I definitely think, if not this year, he's for sure a future head coach in the league. No matter what LA decides to do, I think, as I said earlier, that they should hire with the intent for this person to be the head coach of their future, for sure. This upcoming offseason for the Lakers is their most important in the past several years. With two very important free agents in LeBron and D'Angelo looming, and finding a new head coach and a whole new coaching staff as well, the Lakers have a lot on their plate. And no matter what happens with the Lakers this offseason, they will still be looked at as a contender and be expected to compete this season. And can they win championship number 18?